Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. I'm so glad you're joining us today, because we are about to dive into a story that honestly feels straight out of a movie. We're going to explore what it actually takes to completely rebuild your life from scratch, using art, culture, and community. We're looking at the incredible Phoenix arc of Annabel Personeni and her brand, ANBLZ. Today is all about spinning the globe through music, so let's just jump right into this because this isn't just a story about a musician. It is a literal masterclass in reinvention, driving social impact, and creating spaces where other people can truly shine.
So, I want you to think about this for a second. What actually happens when the identity you've spent your entire life building just disappears? Imagine you're just 21 years old. You've dedicated your entire youth to being a top-tier athlete. You're on track for an Ivy League scholarship. Your whole world, your future, everything about how you define yourself is tied up in that one single word, athlete. And then, out of nowhere, you get a devastating diagnosis of severe hip dysplasia. Boom. In a single instant, that track career is over. The scholarship dream, shattered. For Annabel, being an athlete wasn't just a hobby, it was who she was. Letting go of that meant she had to rebuild her entire sense of self from the absolute ground up.
Well, going through that, Annabel had a massive realization. That singular label of athlete was essentially an imaginary cage that she had just agreed to live inside. So, you know what she did? She broke out. She traded that rigid, intensely competitive, Ivy League-bound track career for a ukulele? Seriously, a ukulele. She reinvented herself completely, becoming a self-taught, multilingual cultural storyteller and a global community builder. She absolutely chose reinvention through music. When that logical, straightforward path vanished, she trusted her gut to build something that actually reflected who she had become, completely free of any imaginary limitations. And let me tell you, she moved incredibly fast. Starting from that totally devastating diagnosis at age 21, she channeled all of that energy into founding her brand ANBLZN in 2023. Fast forward a bit to June 2025, and she's already launching the very first edition of her live event series, Woman on Stage, over in Zurich. And then, within just a single year, by June 2026, she's taking the whole platform international, expanding all the way to Guadalajara, Mexico. She literally rose from the ashes of a career-ending injury to establish a globally recognized brand and a super vibrant community in just a few short years. It's such a powerful testament to taking action instead of just sitting around waiting for permission.
Okay, so you might be wondering, how does she actually connect with people all over the world? Well, Annabel has this thing she calls the golden rule of connection. And I just love how brilliantly simple but profound these 3 steps are. Step 1, travel solo around the world. Step 2, sing in the local language. Get this, she is fluent in more than 5 languages, including French, English, and Spanish. And she uses that as the ultimate cultural bridge. And step 3, turn strangers into friends through shared celebration. By bringing warmth, curiosity, and local dialects to her performances, she breaks the ice instantly. It's never just a concert with her. It's a wide-open invitation to connect on a deeply human level.
Now, as her brand grew, her offerings expanded right along with it. She's super quick to point out that she is not just a lady with a ukulele, and looking at this, it's pretty obvious why. Her services are highly adaptable and literally span the globe. You've got music concerts for things like private events and weddings, but she's also a multilingual event moderator, bringing this really charismatic hosting energy to corporate events and workshops. On top of that, she dives into brand promotion, crafting custom projects and catchy jingles for businesses. And finally, she runs the ANBLZN podcast, which is an amazing platform for music enthusiasts to discover local artists. She took her own reinvention and figured out how to monetize it in a way that serves a massive global audience. This perfectly sets a stage for our next section, Women on Stage, a vibrant community uplifting female creators. So Annabel took her on intensely personal journey of finding her voice, and she basically decided to build a physical space for other Womexan to find theirs. This event series is meticulously designed to give artists and entrepreneurs the visibility and, honestly, the highly supportive audience they really need to share their work. And the impact? Absolutely explosive. In just one single year, Women on Stage grew to over 50 extraordinary members. They actually just celebrated their 1-year anniversary at their flagship venue, Ektaz, right there in Zurich. What started as just a simple vision for a cozy, intimate open mic quickly snowballed into 12 totally distinct events. It's just a great reminder of what happens when you build a genuinely supportive space. People flock to it, and they absolutely thrive. And just to be clear, this is definitely not just a community of ukulele players. We're talking about a truly diverse global roster here.
For instance, you've got Rosa delivering stand-up comedy right next to Anna and Sarah pitching real entrepreneurial ideas. You've got the all-Swiss women music band Mixed Flames. You have flagship live painter Kristina Lakmanovich creating right there on the spot, and even a shamanic pop artist, Manet from Lausanne. It brilliantly illustrates how ANBLZN champions all forms of female creativity. Literally, whether you are throwing paint on a canvas, nailing a punchline, or singing shamanic pop, this platform is built to put a massive spotlight on your authentic voice. And her influence? It has gone completely global. Just take a look at this review from JRH Producciones down in Argentina. They said she transported them with her Edith Piaf homage, and she brought all of Buenos Aires along with her. I mean, wow, that is a fantastic testament to her cultural sensitivity and her massive international appeal. When you can travel all the way to Argentina and completely transport a crowd with a French song, you are a true master of connection. And you know, this success actually teed up her next big move. She just scored an official invitation by a cultural center in Buenos Aires to continue her Latin American series of Women on Stage. It's exactly that kind of vibe that makes her so highly sought after in really prestigious venues too. Just look at the late event at the Landsmuseum in Zurich. They specifically called out her amazing talent as an entertainer and noted that she has this strong energy that just completely fills the room. When she steps in as an event moderator or performer, she doesn't just show up to read a script. She totally transforms the atmosphere with this incredibly charismatic, positive energy that she clearly built during her own reinvention. But here's the thing, live shows are fleeting, right? So how do you capture that magic? Well, the ANBLZN podcast brilliantly extends her live stage ecosystem into permanent long-form audio. And this isn't just your standard casual chatter. It dives deep into how music actually shapes identity and preserves culture. She does these profound deep dives, like, for example, her interview with Dr. Ezgi Berbralu, exploring her 30-year dedication to the traditional Turkish yaylı tambur. She also brings on groups like Mixed Flames to really break down the behind-the-scenes creative process of writing a whole album. The podcast takes these incredible world-spanning stories of discipline and culture and makes them instantly accessible to all of us, no matter where we are. Ultimately, guys, this entire journey was sparked by one core realization from Annabel, and it's this: stop shrinking your world to fit a single label. Think about it. Whether you consider yourself an athlete, an accountant, a student, an artist, whatever it is, don't let an imaginary cage define your limits. Annabel's story is a profound challenge to every single one of us. Stop waiting for someone else to give you permission. Let go of the identities that just aren't serving you anymore and reinvent yourself. Ask yourself, what could you build if you finally stop shrinking your world? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer today. I really hope this sparks a little bit of your own reinvention. Until next time, keep exploring.